What's up? What's up? What's up? You already know what it is. It's your man Dre Mac coming to you again. You already know how I do it. 7:30 in the morning, Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time out there. And what is it, like 5:30 on the West Coast? But you already know what it is. It's the morning show, the Dre Mac show. I gotta talk about the latest in the Jonathan Majors development. He is going to do a sit down with ABC's News Live, Lindsay Davis. That is going to come up. And then also, I got to talk about what Katt Williams said about Jonathan Majors also. So I got to talk about that. And of course, I got a video on, I got the video up on that, so that's something that I am going to discuss here. You know what I mean? Here on the show, because I wanted it full context. I know a lot of people was inboxing me about, man, did you hear what Katt Williams said about Jonathan Majors and all of that? I mean, at this point in time now, I need to be Jonathan Majors' lawyer. Because y'all keep asking me about him. I don't mind. But that was something that was brought up. So I was like, you know what? Let me watch the full Katt Williams interview. It was an amazing interview. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. I know he's glad, that he's able to get the freedom that he did after he left Fox Sports with Skip, and now he's doing this thing, man. So shout out to Shannon Sharp. Didn't like him when he played for the Denver Broncos because I'm a Chiefs fan, but he's doing his thing, man. That was a great interview. So I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about this interview and why this interview is important, and bring up a very important piece from Laura Victoria Burke. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant from the Heavy Gant channel, and of course we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna get to all the people that's in the chat and all of that, you know what I'm saying, here in a moment, but you already know what it is. The real question is, all right. Eric Shaw, what's going on? Torrin Rain Reloaded. He said, we are ready. Rain Reloaded. Can't wait to see the interview. I may speak on it on my channel on Tuesday with my audience. Hey, do your thing. Please do your thing. What's going on, Fahim Carter? Morning. Robin D is in the house, one of the admins. Good morning to you, my sister. Justice Note is in the house. Hey, Dre and everybody in the chat. It's great to be back from the holidays, and I'm glad to see you in the chat. Also, it's been a blessing to meet a lot of you guys as far as like new just following the channel and everything, man. You have no idea, man, how blessed I am and how appreciative I am of you guys. Aggressive Relax said, I watched that's probably for everybody else in the chat. I watched the whole interview. Great interview. Great interview. I almost choked. But there were some things that he said. I know that we got into the Jonathan Majors thing. Good morning, Sissy Majors. Good morning, my sister. There were some things that were said in the interview, and a lot of people was like, oh man, did you see what Katt said? Katt called Jonathan Majors ugly and yada yada yada. And I was like, well, let me watch it in its full context. Because what I don't like to do, I'm going to be honest with you. What I don't like to do is, that's not what I wanted to watch. That's not what I wanted. But what I don't like to do is comment on something that I have not watched in its full context. And I watched the whole entire interview from start to finish with a few commercial breaks. So now I feel like I'm at liberty to actually talk about it. It's not a clip. I hate when somebody just send me a clip. So now I got it in its full context. I actually cut up the video to be able to watch this. Black Thought 81, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know what I'm saying? The chat members are in the house, so appreciate it. But I also wanted to do this. I first wanted to say thank you to all the new subscribers, all the people who's been rocking with me on this morning show, who came in, didn't know me from a can of paint, and now y'all rocking with me every morning. You know, there was a point in time, I'm not even gonna lie, that I was like, man, I don't know about this morning. I'm the only dude who talks about like Marvel and DC stuff in the morning. This ain't even in the peak hours that that YouTube tells you to put your show on. If you're gonna do video, do it at the time. Just everybody watching, man. And y'all defined all the odds, man. So I appreciate every single one of you guys that's watching right now. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. That's all I'm asking for. Now I don't want to do it. Yeah, go get a video a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying in the comments, you know, and then make sure to comment. Even if I disagree with your comment, because there's some people, good God, y'all come in people comment section is almost like, I just want to ask the question why. And don't tell me it's human nature, but I do be wanting to ask the question why, you know, but it's cool. It's cool because this is what we're here for. You know what I mean? So, you know, hey, it's free speech to everybody. Tommy Dewadu, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or Tommy. But let's get to the video. Y'all ain't trying to hear about me. And shout out to She Dressed Me. Yes, we might disagree, but sister, I love you still. We might disagree on some things, but I never let you down. I never be fake with you either. But let's get to this video. Presetta, good morning, good morning, good morning. Presetta, good morning. Thank you, Robin. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have no idea how much I appreciate it. To Shop Flowers, well, good morning. Good top of the morning to you, my dear good sir. Wavy Thomas, good morning to all. Happy New Year. Thank you so very much. Top of the morning to you. I need to get me some coffee. That's what I need. But man, if I drink coffee, it's hard for me to go to sleep because I work overnight and I am a vampire. So anyway, let's get to this. Y'all don't want to hear me talk.
Other women.
Oh, hold on.
Not gonna act like I'm.
Okay, let me start over and then let's go ahead and let's full screen this out. Because I want to give again, tell me if you can hear the audio first. I'm gonna play a little bit and just give me a thumbs up if you can hear the audio. Going now.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running.
Do y'all hear the audio? Yes or no? Put a 1 in the chat for yes, 2 in the chat for no. Because I just want to make sure the audio and everything is right so we can really get into this. I'm gonna have to stop it because even though it's fair use, it's only 15 seconds of material. You gotta stop. 15 seconds. Stop. De-sizzle. Okay, so everybody can hear it. Everybody can hear it. What up? Okay, what's going on? De-sizzle. De-sizzle is in the house. Top of the morning to my brother. All right. Let's get into this because I want it. Like I said, I'm a context type of brother. So let's play this in context and let's see, you know, what he's actually saying.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
Now, it's funny. I'm stopping it because it's funny that he said that. Because that is something, I got a really good friend of mine who worked in Hollywood. I won't say his name because I don't want to put his name attached to what the tea that I'm about to spill. You know what I mean? But I have a really good friend in Hollywood who told me the exact same thing as Katt told me when he's a really good friend of mine. When I did comedy, I was doing stand up and all of that, and I met this guy way back in like 2008, 2009. And I think it was late 2009 going into 2010. He was like, man, you're amazing. You're a good comic. Do you write? And I was like, no, I don't write. So we got into this whole conversation about what I need to do. And then he started explaining to me the industry, Hollywood, and how Hollywood would do certain things and how they would tear somebody down in a heartbeat. It won't look back. Won't look back. And when Katt saying this gave a lot of validity to what I was told years ago. Years ago. Even when I lived in LA, I used to live in Compton on 131st and Wilmington Avenue. And I used to take the train. I used to take the go past Skid Fog on the Imperial train and go to Pasadena. For Pasadena, go to Hollywood because I was trying to get on. And when I tell you it's one of the weirdest feelings that I've ever had in my whole entire life, you know what I mean? And now this gives validity to what, you know, again, what I've been told and what I actually felt and saw for myself. You know what I mean? Let me keep going because I think it's interesting that what he's saying.
And that's the truth of the matter.
You see Jonathan Majors, what he went through. Marvel dropped him as soon as the conviction came out. And you were telling the
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting all four. Guilty.
Now, I got to stop it again. Fair use, but the way that YouTube is set up. So, I know a lot of people like, he called him a slave. I don't think he meant as far as like an actual slave. Let's get that out the way. I don't think he was talking about like an actual slave. A slave to the system. Michael Jackson had a song called Slave to the Rhythm. And if you actually listen to this song, because we're all slaves to our job, because I swear to God, I won't be able to run this channel if I didn't go to work. So I'm a slave to something, slave to a woman or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. So I felt like the context that he put this in, because again, I watched the whole interview. He was talking about slave to the industry. That's what I believe he was talking about. And I believe Katt believes that woman was planted there to take down Jonathan if he didn't get himself in line. And that's not the only time somebody has actually told me that. So let's keep going.
She came in there, was just so beautiful. They had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
So Matt Wright, you know him from Wild 'N Out. He gets canceled for trying to tell
I never knew him from Wild 'N Out, to be honest.
Okay.
I came across.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of skip Bayless past that part.
What do you think about this cancel culture? You see the situation with Jonathan Majors. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I don't know if maybe he can bounce back in a couple of years, but man, he was hot. He was hot. He was cooking. I mean, you see him in Creed. He's in the Marvel movies, and then just like that.
Now, mind you, how Shannon is setting up this answer. He's setting up this answer, or he's setting the question up so Katt can be able to think about everything he's seen in Hollywood and how easily that Jeremy Renner didn't have to go through what Jonathan Majors had to go through despite his allegations. That other white counterparts didn't have to go through, what Jonathan Majors had to go through. Remember, Johnny Depp wasn't on trial for a crime that a district attorney fought so hard for, even though that is a city violation. Let's keep it real. A city violation and a misdemeanor reckless assault that any one of y'all could get. Anybody in this chat right now can go accidentally, how Danny put it, you at Walmart, somebody grab a cart that you grab the cart, and then that person fall and fall over. They hurt themselves. Now they hurt themselves trying to get your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then you go to jail for reckless assault. Anybody in the world can get that. This is why he's in the midst of it. And what you don't know is he's in the midst of his appeal. You see what I mean? So with that being said, he didn't have to go through what his other white counterparts had to go through, so that's the premise. You know what I'm saying? You got to be subtle, but he had to think about it. Did anybody else have to go through what he had to go through? You know what I mean? So let's see how he responds to this.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Cat Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right?
Are y'all listening? Let me rewind that back. Listen to what he's saying. This ain't the first time I've heard this. He said when they put you in that position, what he's saying is you just don't get the luxury of just walking into that decision. When you get placed in that, when they elevate you as the next big thing, how quickly they will tear you right back down and would do it without a moment's notice. Michael Jackson was the hottest artist of all time. Prince was the hottest artist of all time. Prince wanted his rights back. Prince was writing songs under a different name because he wasn't getting paid because of the contract. So he was like, "Oh, we gonna do this? You won't even have my name." That's why he was the man formerly known as Prince, because of ownership. When Michael Jackson had half of all of Sony's artists, do you think the powers that be who run that wanted that? Michael Jackson was the most powerfulest artist of all time. One of the most powerfulest. That man legitimately owned half of every artist on Sony. Where better? What you think happened next? They tore that brother down. Even when the FBI, who investigated that man for 10 years, said we can't find a drop of this little boy's in, you know what I'm saying, on him, not a drop. They still tried to do it. They still did it after that man is dead and gone. But again, if you a fan, when shit hits the fan, are you still a fan? Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? When shit hits the fan, are you still a fan? So you got to watch for the context of everything. So I still support Jonathan Major. Look at it in its context. This is three-dimensional chess. So you got to look at it. You can't look at it at face value. You got to look at it in its full totality so you can get a third eye understanding of how big this really is. Let me keep going.
I mean, you see him in Creed, he's in the Marvel movies, and then just like that.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Cat Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right? Part of giving you the world. First of all, they went around the world for 2 years straight telling any women that would listen that this was a good-looking Negro. Mm-hmm. Since when? When did y'all start liking a big nose? And when did y'all like a little head and a big jaw? When? Since when? That look like my daddy. When you start liking my daddy? You like black people's features like that? If this ugly nigga is good looking, then all niggas is good looking.
Are you catching what he's actually saying? Yeah, it's in joke. It's in tongue-in-cheek. What up with it, Blue? What's up, Junior Network? Andre, Frankie Science. What's going on, all of y'all? Epic Dance Alike. What's going on? If you understand what he's saying, it's way deeper than what people are looking at. Aisha, what's going on? Yeah, you might say it's petty, but think about it like this. Think about it like this. And because let me put my big nose in big features. All my big nose and big lips and big features, big forehead. So I gotta let the forehead breathe. Got the waist kind of a little going, but still, what he's saying. Hold up. What he's saying is that when has Hollywood ever liked us? I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about the blackness of us, our big nose, our big lips. You know what I mean? The way that we move, our shoulders, our makeup. They never marketed our makeup. The people that they wanted to market, right, did not have the big broad nose or the big Negro lips. You know what I'm saying? that was always a detriment to us. You know what I mean? For a long time I was so self-conscious about my lips. I used to thin my lips out when I smiled and all of that. I used to thin my lips out because I didn't like my features. Because somebody told me that having big lips and big nose was terrible, was bad to have. And here is a man like, Jonathan Majors, who has the same features I have. And he's saying, when did Hollywood want to promote that? Now, all of a sudden, you want to promote that? You want to promote the blackness of us? What are you really trying to convey? What is it? Again, what is the third level, deeper meaning that are you trying to convey? You know what I mean? It's deeper than what you guys think. I got some super chats coming in. Robert D, thank you so very much. It's admin. I am a Katt Williams fan, but I'm not laughing. The man has African features and I like it. That's what the point that he's making is that when has Hollywood ever accepted us with those type of features? That's what, again, maybe that's the way that I'm interpreting it, but that's the way that I looked at it, is that when has Hollywood, and look at all the leading black men who's been at the apex, they didn't look like Jonathan Majors. You know what I mean? They did not look like Jonathan Majors. I think that's what the deeper part of what was being said. But let me go ahead, because I appreciate the $9.99 super chat. Let me go ahead and give you this. Appreciate that. I also got another super chat. God, y'all going hot and heavy with the comments. All right. B Smith, thank you so very much for the $19.99 super chat. Katt killed it. When did they like our features? And that's what I'm saying. Our features never sold. When I used to have, my hair, if it's wet, it gets really super curly. You know what I'm saying? If it's dry, I look like Dennis Rodman. And I'll never forget going to this like modeling thing when I was in college. And it was like, well, you have this African nest feature. You have this Rodman look because of your skin complexion and your nose. You got this big broad nose and the lips. And I think it'd be very, very well for print. It did. If you look now, and this is no joke, I own my kids. The one that's looking at me right now. I was 19. I'm trying to do the whole modeling thing or whatever. I go to this thing called modeling talent management. And, I'm just trying to see what's going on. You know what I mean? Am I serious? Nah, not really. But I just want to see. You know what I mean? And now that I look at it, there's way more Africans that are in print with the way our features and stuff like that. But it's never been accepted in Hollywood because nobody that's in print with that beautiful dark chocolate midnight black skin has never been a leading lady in Hollywood. Let me reiterate that. Never been a leading lady in Hollywood. Not with no big black African features. Jonathan Majors is an exceptional talent. You know what I mean? So now they're trying to sell you on his features because he doesn't look like Denzel. He doesn't look like a lot of the what we call. He doesn't look like Eldridge Hodge. You know what I mean? He doesn't look like John David Washington because he has bigger negroid features. I'm just keeping it a buck. So they sold it. That's all Katt is saying in here. When did y'all start liking that? Because we got to sell you the product. Because again, this is what's good. This is the guy is hot. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell you a product. Now, right now, that product is Jonathan Majors. A lot of people don't get that, but that's exactly what Hollywood does. Let me bring this back up and keep going.
Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play. And it don't matter. You gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. No, you're not. Marvel will cancel you you won't be allowed to read a comic book. What is you talking about? Get out of here. Get out of here, ugly boy. Yeah, they love fooling the people.
All right. So you have heard it from Katt Williams' mouth itself. To me, this is just to me. And again, I used to be very self-conscious about my looks. Very self-conscious about my big old nose. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I laugh, it scrunches up or whatever. You know, my lips. You know, like I said, I used to thin my lips when I took pictures and all of that because of how big my lips was, because somebody made me self-conscious about that. But who made me self-conscious about my features, about the way that I look? You know what I'm saying? That's somebody who, you know, and again, since I know the history of blackface in this country through the minstrel periods of the late 19th century going into the 20th century. I know how propaganda worked against black people. I'm an 80 baby. Born 1980. I remember growing up and the light-skinned girl was a pretty girl. That's why, you know, in House Party, the light-skinned girl was the good girl, and the dark-skinned girl was the bad one, the fast one. Like my grandma used to say, don't be messing with the fast tail girls. That's what that meant. You know what I'm saying? That every leading lady was light, bright, and damn near white. If you go back to the 80s and the early 90s, even in television, the person who looked the best were always the light-skinned ones. That's the one they tried to sell us as what the standard of beauty was always the light-skinned ones. You know what I mean? While somebody like Cicely Tyson was a very beautiful woman, never got put in that same category. But Diane Carroll was. You see what I mean? So subconsciously, they try to program us to hate ourselves. Always to hate ourselves. You know what I mean? And then someone became exceptional. You know what I mean? And when somebody became exceptional, because you couldn't hate, you couldn't deny the acting prowess, right? You could not deny the acting prowess of Jonathan Majors. You can't. Why you think we about to have this ABC interview? I thought he was done with I thought Disney was done with him. Disney Marvel was done with him. Who owns ABC? Who owns Marvel? Who got the first interview? I'm telling you, I don't know if y'all watch The Boys, but this is some VOT level shit right now that I'm about to give y'all. If y'all ever watch The Boys, this is VOT level shit. So, let me get to this. Deadline reports that Jonathan Majors sits down for interview with ABC News Live's Lindsay Davis. Now, somebody inboxed me and said, "Oh, don't trust Lindsay. Lindsay Davis, she took down Chris Brown." And I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. Did not know that. And if you watch, I didn't try to do that. And I don't think your voice sounds like that. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So let's see how Deadline words this article. Said Jonathan Majors sat down for an interview with Lindsay Davis on ABC News Live, his first since he was found guilty last month of assault and harassment of his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. If you ever notice when you read stuff, because some people don't read, when you read stuff like this, you think, wait a minute, he was found guilty of assault and harassment, until you find out that it is a ticket on the harassment, and it's reckless assault. They never put the context in there. That's why you got to be careful about when I tell you what Katt is saying, don't look at it and get into your feelings. Think about it logically. Let me put myself back on camera real quick, because I want to just say this. I want you to kind of understand what I'm saying. When you look at what Katt was actually saying, don't get into your feelings about he called him ugly boy. I get called ugly all the time. It don't make me none. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a little funny looking, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna have me some funny looking kids, and my funny looking kids and me gonna love each other to death. Ain't that right, son? Okay, he ain't paying no attention to me. But what I'm saying is that you gotta look at it for how what Hollywood is. When Dave Chappelle talked about Martin Lawrence And Martin Lawrence, was talking about they're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me. And he asked him, who is they? Who is the they that they're talking? Who is these people that he's talking about? Matter of fact, so because I like to bring up just receipts or put stuff in more context. Because I love to put this in context. Give me just a second. Let me go ahead and share this tab just real quick. I just want to share this because I want you guys to kind of understand where I'm coming from and why I'm going to get back to the interview and why this is some VOD level shit. Listen to Dave.
When Martin Lawrence was in that chair, we talked about Blue Streak.
I love it.
He played a role in your life, I believe. How do you feel about him as a person, as an artist?
Martin Lawrence is the guy that showed everybody you can make it from DC to Hollywood. And I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something, it made me feel inspired and really good. And
everybody knows, again, the reason why I got to stop it because of fair use. I can only play 15 seconds. Stop it. You know how it goes if you've been on these channels before. But again, Martin and Dave Chappelle is very good friends. We all know Dave Chappelle left the industry. Why did he leave the industry? Because he did not want to be what Katt called Jonathan, a slave to the industry. Let me keep going.
he was always real nice to me. He'd sit me down. What's going on with you, baby boy? What? We talk about comedy, whatever. And, when we did Blue Streak, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, oh, my God, Martin.
Now, mind you, these people wanted to laugh at that. He wasn't joking, but Dave tells great stories. They wanted to laugh. Let me keep going because I had to stop it.
Are you okay? And he said, I got the best sleep I ever got in my life. That's how tough he is. So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa?
Are y'all not catching the context clue? Katt told you. Katt told you right beforehand. You see what happened to Jonathan Majors. Now the company that supposedly fired him is getting ready to do an interview, and y'all don't see the spin that Hollywood does. Hollywood likes a build-up breakdown. That's what they like to do. Build you up, break you down, so you play the game and build you right back up. Once you get on code, they will build you right back up. Don't believe me? Robert Downey Jr. These other, maybe not, Nate Parker didn't want to play the game. But if you're willing to play the game, if you're willing to be in a situation, they will break you down and build you back up. Because remember, Martin was one of the hottest stars in Hollywood when he did Blue Streaks. Then he was turned around. They think he's on drugs because he's walking around. Remember, he did the whole thing. Look what the dope man sold me. What did he sell? They have to sell a product. This is a business where their job is to sell you, not their movie, sell you. I don't think y'all catching it.
Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take her clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
Maybe the environment is a little sick. Maybe the environment's a little sick. Maybe the environment that they're in, because are you catching the trend what a lot of the stuff that goes on in Hollywood? Are y'all catching the trend? Now people think, you know, people came on my thing. Jonathan Majors got exactly what he deserved. How? For messing, you're that man messed with a white woman. You think that man deserved to go to jail over a misdemeanor? People still think that Jonathan Majors is going to jail, going to prison on a this is how dumb and watered down our society is. That you think that Jonathan Majors on a city violation is going to prison. Who is selling you the product, y'all? Why do you think, I'm going to just be honest with you, and I'm going to put it out there. Why do you think your big YouTubers keeps talking about the same things? Just think about it. All your big YouTube channels, like, I'm struggle streaming right now. I thank God for 144 y'all that's in here. I thank God for y'all. Because there's people who will go live right now, and thousands of people are watching them right now. Thousands will watch their show. Turn my little crap off and go right over there. Why do you think those big YouTube channels keep talking about the same thing? Oh, what did we think about recasting Kang? I think Kang need to be recast. Who could play Kang? Kang. Because what they're doing is programming you to think this man is so guilty, he's just replaceable. Do I like the blackwashing that went on with the character? I might not agree with it, but the man is in that position anyway, and he did a damn good job of that position. And he's earned his right because he's that damn good of an actor, right? That damn good of an actor. So when you look at all these big YouTubers saying the same thing, who's giving that order? Who's doing that? Who's telling these big YouTubers who promote products and all of that stuff to keep their channels afloat because they stop pitching products and all of that? You still stop buying t-shirts, you know, and all of this. You know, they stop going to those premieres. They stop going to those red carpet events. They got to go get a 9-to-5 just like my ass. So who is controlling what? Why do you think they keep saying the same thing? Are they talking about what I'm talking about right now? Is they saying, wait a minute, hold up. Jonathan Majors was found guilty of a violation, a city violation, and a reckless assault. That man did not touch that woman. That man did not touch that woman. Why did he deserve to lose his job and not Jeremy Renner? Why does he deserve to lose his job but not Pop Mar, whatever the dude's name is, who's allegedly, you know, putting his wiener out to 15-year-old girls, allegedly. The dad from Miss Marvel. Why is Ezra Miller's Flash still an icon on WB's on Max? His little icon for the Flash is still on there. And he did way more egregious allegations and court things that Jonathan Majors could even dream of. Yet what makes him so different? Oh, we built this black Negro up, so he better play the game. If we give you a white woman, damn it, you better love her to death. That's what Katt was saying. And he said, I don't want it. It ain't I'm afraid. He don't want to be in that situation. But y'all not see it in the third level. It's beyond the surface level stuff. And then y'all got mad because he said he was a great man. That he has, and when he said he had responsibility because of who he is, because he's a black man that been put in a position, he came, that's out of his mouth. He's a black man in that position, getting ready to do something great. He has a responsibility, and we made fun of that. Because the only thing we heard was him say, you need to be more like Coretta Scott. You know who Coretta Scott King? You know who that is? Michelle Obama. He telling this woman, hey, you better check yourself. You need to be graceful like that. He didn't tell him to be black women. He said be graceful. And graceful has no color. The Grace Jabbery. But y'all didn't see that because y'all too busy making fun and not seeing the third level things that he was actually talking about. Let's go ahead and finish this up. Let me share this tab real quick, and let's go ahead and finish this up. Like, again, got to watch the wording when you read this. In the wake of his conviction, not you know, he's going to get an appeal or whatever. Disney Marvel, a sister division to ABC, dropped him from the Marvel Universe. ABC will be giving an interview a lot of play. It will premiere on Good Morning America on Monday and will air across other network platforms, including Good Morning America 3. What you need to know, an extended version will stream on ABC's Live's Prime with Lindsay Davis that evening, which it looks like we're gonna have to that I'm going to have to do a watch party with y'all. So if y'all want to do that Monday, put a 1 in the chat. If 2 tell me to go to hell, just go ahead and put a 2 because I know some of y'all gonna do it. 1 if y'all want to do a watch party. 2 tell me go to hell. Go ahead, go. I know you some of your 2s out there. I ain't mad at y'all. Love you anyway. All right. ABC's Impact and Nightline will stream a half-hour special with more from the interview that will be posted on Hulu on January the 11th. Now, remind you, this is on Monday. So Monday, make sure that y'all go. I already knew Blue was going to do it. You know, I already know you, Blue. The reps for Majors and the Manhattan's DA did not respond to deadline in regards to an ABC sit-down. On December 18th, he was found guilty of reckless assault and violation harassment. Let's keep it going. By New York jury in his domestic violence trial and was axed from his cane role almost immediately. This is what I'm gonna give you my theory. I'm gonna have to let you go because kids got to go to school and all of that. So I'm gonna give you guys my theory that I said to a good friend of mine on X. And shout out to my homegirl, Miss Marvel. I'm gonna show you exactly. This is my theory. This is what I wrote to her. I couldn't remember offhand, but this is what I wrote to her. I said, this is my theory. ABC is owned by Disney, who also owns Marvel. Or Disney is owned by Disney. Yeah. Marvel has a K-bound. It said he lost his job. Everyone with 2 good eyes and a brain can see he's the victim in the situation. So let's have the interview in the midst of an appeal. You tell your side, but also discuss the stress of being an actor and how that could play a part of men's mental health and relationships. He pseudo apologizes for his role in the situation. This flies under the radar and he keeps his job in the MCU. That's what I believe is going on. I absolutely positively believe that's what's going on. That all of this is to get the public's perspective. If Magazine Dreams is as good as it says it is, then they know that there's a petition out right now to get Magazine Dreams on Netflix. And they don't want to do that. Make sure y'all get them lights up. But they don't want to do that. So let's get ahead of all of this. And I got to do this one last thing before I go. Because Lauren Victoria Burke said this. She literally said, oh God, I hate when all right, let me go to her video because why he must talk. I think she reposted this, but give me just a second. I just wanted, oh God, I didn't want to. I'm going to say this and I'm going to let y'all go. Oops. Hold on. There we go.
Majors should be talking right now to the media. And I mean talking a lot.
And shout out to Lauren Victoria Burke. Very beautiful woman. I thank her so very much for coming on to the show. If y'all haven't seen that show, make sure that y'all go into the it's in my Jonathan Majors playlist. Lauren Victoria Burke, me, Danny does this and that. Shout out to Danny for doing her thing. She's going to be on the show Monday morning. You know what I mean? So let's go. Let's check this out. I want y'all to hear what she says real quick.
To the media.
There's no like kicking the tires or anything like that.
And if not to the media, if he's got his own social media channels, if he's got an Instagram account, if he's got a YouTube channel, yeah, you should be talking on that right now if you're Jonathan Majors. Your entire reputation, your entire career is on the line. And you're silent? Why?
So your career is just like going bananas.
It did. She's telling them this is your career. Fight for your career. Fight for you. Fight for exactly what you've been talking about.
Right now, how does it feel?
I would bet that it's because his attorneys are telling him to shut up, because that's what attorneys do. And really, it can make sense, right? You have a criminal case going, but actually not really anymore. You have a criminal case going. That's over. The gag order is lifted. You can talk now. The attorneys can talk now. Your PR people can talk now. So the question is, why isn't anybody talking?
Now look at him. Now, you know, there's some people like, oh my God, why is he talking? He don't need to say nothing. No, he does need to say something. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've been working hard behind the scenes trying to get in contact with at least a family member. Why? Just to talk on this man's behalf, to talk about his personality, for someone to come out and say, this guy is a good guy. This guy is a great guy. You know, he grew up like this, he grew up like that, just to speak on his character. That's all I really wanted. Now I understand why I was getting turned down, because he gonna do it himself. And again, with a guy like Jonathan's kind of soft-spoken, but because, you know, he can convey emotions, I'm telling y'all this right now. They're going to win the public back on this, because you can't deny this man was being chased by a white woman. You can't deny what we all see on camera. Can't deny that. We can't just sit there and be like, well, we did not see him getting chased by the white 1000, you know what I'm saying, from the Terminator movies. We can't sit there and deny that now. We can't sit there and be like, well, if the guy really, did he really get charged with harassment and he really, you know, abused this woman, because based on the charges, he didn't. So why not get him an interview, get the public's perspective, change the narrative? Because again, ABC, like I said with Vought, owns the media. They can chop this thing up. They can either do it for his detriment, but I don't think they're going to do it for his detriment. The guy is too talented. And I've always said this. This is what they do in football. Because how many football players they got accused of abuse, and next thing you know, they on the team again? Talent outweighs whatever you got going on outside of that. And he is way too talented to let him go to another studio. Just saying. Way too talented. Because again, if I put it like this, if Devontae Adams slap his girlfriend tonight, the Raiders is not ditching him. Trust me. If Aaron Rodgers, as much as Aaron Rodgers was doing, taking psychedelics and lying and all of that, did the Green Bay Packers get rid of him? Do you think the Bulls was going to get rid of Michael Jordan because of gambling? Which we all know you can't gamble and still be in a league like that. I'm just saying. Or let's turn it to let's turn it to, because you're like, well, you know, athletes are different. Ezra Miller didn't lose his job. Alec Baldwin shot a motherfucker and didn't lose his job. So what does that tell you? Again, if you're ready to play ball, that's why The Boys is one of the greatest written comedy. There's nothing in the MCU or DC that can touch The Boys. Nothing. Because they literally show you how all this works. Just saying. So again, if they built him up, do you think he's taking this interview just to get tore down? Or are they rebuilding him? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show. I appreciate everybody who's in here, but you already know if you've been here before or this your first time, you know what I got to do, because I got to get the kids to school.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe high, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your Friday. Where's my outro at? Got to get out of here. Got to let this forehead breathe. Well, it is breathing today. Well, let's go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.